Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're looking at our next story problem here that deals with some skiers, and we have to decide which object or objects experience the strongest force when hit. So we have three skiers that were that had a specific velocity at the start. Each of them was hit in some way, shape, or form, and after their velocity change, and we have to decide which one experienced the strongest force when hit. It's either going to be the red or the yellow skier, the yellow and purple skier, or the purple and red skier. So let's take a look at what happened to their velocity and what we know about them. When we look at our red versus our yellow versus our purple skier, you'll see that our red skier has a mass of 70 kilograms and our yellow and purple skier have masses of 80 kilograms. So this red skier is a little less massive. The yellow and purple are more massive. We're looking at our skiers before and after the hit. The red skier had a speed of 0 miles per second, and then it had a speed of 4 meters per second after it was hit, so it sped up by 4. Yellow went from 4 meters per second to 0, so it slowed down and stopped by 4 meters per second. And then our purple skier went from 6 meters per second to 10 meters per second. It sped up by 4 meters per second. So we have our lighter skier, our two heavier skiers, and each one of them changed by 4 meters per second in some way, shape, or form, changing its velocity. So take a second. Is it the red and yellow skier experience the strongest force, the yellow and purple skier, or the red and purple? Take a second to select your answer, pause the video, and when you're ready to go over the answer, restart the video again. All right, do you think you have the right answer? Let's take a look. When thinking about this question, we got to remember if the same strength force is exerted on two objects, but the objects have different masses, the objects with less mass will have a greater change in velocity. So if all of these objects had the same velocity change, they all changed the same amount, we know that a lighter object with less mass would need less force to create the same velocity change. So less mass would typically create a larger velocity change if these all had the same strength force. So if these all had the same strength force, we would see the 70 kilogram skier would have sped up by a lot more than 4. But he didn't. He actually sped up the same compared to this one slowing down and this one speeding up all by 4. So if all of these objects change their speed the same, but this one's lighter, it doesn't make sense that this object or this skier would have the strongest force. It would have to be the purple and yellow skier because they are higher mass. They need more force to get their skis to change their velocity the same as the red. So notice they both changed by 4. So did this red one. The lighter object would need less force to change it by 4. The yellow and purple skier would need more. So the correct answer is the second one, the yellow and purple skier. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise,